Good Thursday evening. That's right. It is March already. Can you believe that? Thank you and welcome to another edition of NNPA and Black Press USA's Fire. I'm your host, Taylor Thomas, and today I have something that's going to brighten up your life and make you smile. That's right. It's R&B soul singer Avery Sunshine. She's joining us today, and I'm so excited to have this diva with me. Hello.
Oh, my beautiful sister. How are you?
Oh, I'm excited to have you. I have so many questions to ask you and for us to get to know you better.
I'm ready. Listen, I'd like to act like we hadn't been talking already.
Right.
I'm trying to keep
off mic.
Yeah, because I'm so excited.
I love it. And I've got to make sure that our producer, Norman Rich, shows your full background, because that's the first thing that I saw today. And it just made me excited. This diva, look at that. She is in studio for us. Yeah. Look at that.
And I tried to match my lipstick with the background and my husband did. You see the pink?
Is that your husband's hand? Is that BigDane?
BigDane, can we see your hand? Put it.
BigDane, can we see your face? BigDane, I need to see your face. This is her Grammy winning creative partner, life musical partner and husband. That's right.
Yes.
And he's recording you, right?
You know he is.
I love it. I love it. You two have been really busy during 2020 and 2021, despite the pandemic. You guys have been rolling and keeping it going.
Yeah. Maybe because of the pandemic, right? You have to figure something out. Everybody's kind of thrust into this space, this I don't know what to do. What's tomorrow really going to look like? We have no clue. So you're forced to create new things, new ways of existing, right? Tap into maybe maybe some of the ways that you used to exist that you forgot about because you were moving so much.
That's right. Tell us what came to mind once the lockdown happened in your state.
How we gonna eat? We ain't gonna be able to work. What's gonna happen? It was the kind of thing that you read about in the history books, and you never imagine. You know, I watch a lot of movies. I mean, from Star Wars to you name it, right?
Right.
And a lot of fantasy and just whatever. And you never think that you're going to be living in a time where everybody's got to move around with their mouths covered. There's something that I was just watching a movie about it. And the next thing you know, we're living in listen, we got to wash we were washing our groceries before we brought them in the house.
I'm still wiping mine down.
It was a thing, but we were really afraid. The amount of fear that I think I felt is unmatched. I have never been that afraid in my life. When you just always somebody to you can call your mama and she'll be, oh, everything's going to be all right. Don't worry about that. Or but when everybody's like, we don't know what's happening. That state of fear was just, I don't know, but I will say there is, and I say it all the time, there is collateral beauty that comes from those things that are seemingly traumatic, or not seemingly, are traumatic and tragic. I've gotten closer to my family members.
And you're a mother of 2 sons and a daughter. So there's even more concern about their safety as they move around and if they're in school or doing it virtually, right?
And all of them are in college. And it was really, really tough for our baby boy because he was a freshman. And we told him, don't get a girlfriend when you get to school as a friend. Don't do it. But he did, and we love her. She's sweet as pie. But something that was happening, he wasn't able to see her. So we had that moment where he's like, okay, look, it's life or death. I've got to go see her. And we were like, man, are you going to risk giving the whole family COVID so that you can see? Yeah. He was like, yes.
I can hear Daddy back there.
Yes. He said, I'll get a test. But to his point, though, those relationships were so strained. Who would have thought that we would be at home that long, that isolated? again, when it happens, you're kind of dealing with it and you're figuring it out. But after 3 months, 6 months, and I recall the first note that we got from our manager. It's like, okay, so the next few in March, he was like, okay, so the next few shows have been postponed. Oh. Like, okay, we get it. April hits. So the next few months of shows, postponed. And they're like, okay, you're kind of like, all right. And then you get the next call that says, listen, we have no idea when you're going back to work. Wow. That, you talk about a kick in your chest. And I know for me, I dare act like it. There are folks who were not able to make it through a couple of weeks of not working. So right. No way am I, that pales, what we went through pales in comparison to what some of our sisters and brothers have really had to deal with. But please know it still stings.
Oh, sure.
You still wonder how, okay, we cool in March, but I don't know what's going to happen in July. Mm-hmm. December, that's out of the question. We're not going to make it. You do think like that. You feel like that, compounded with my mother's 84. My in-laws are, 80 and 83. Okay. How are we going to take care of them? What are we going to do? How are we going to get to them? But again, out of that, we found a way to get everybody on Zoom. And my in-laws family, Dana's family, every Sunday, the whole family had, we call them family Zooms.
That's a new tradition, huh?
new tradition.
Oh, wow.
Every Sunday. But though that's a part of the collateral beauty, right?
You're from Pittsburgh. Where's Dane from?
No, I'm not from Pittsburgh. God bless all Pittsburghians. I don't know if that's what
Pennsylvania. Oh, Pennsylvania.
Yes, I'm from Chester, Pennsylvania, 9 miles south of Philadelphia. Wow. And my husband's from Oakland, California, West Coast.
Okay, so how did you two meet?
Dana, how did we? Listen, I was his boss at a church.
And
that's kind of true, but that's not how we met. I went to Spelman and he went to Morehouse. That's how we met.
Oh, college sweethearts.
No, but we weren't. We ended up marrying other people, didn't we, Dana?
Oh, full circle.
Full circle.
So you had mentioned, though, in regards to the pandemic, how obviously you and your family, and you're getting some love, Oaktown, how you're getting, how the pandemic affected you and your family. And you obviously are acknowledging other families who are still going through the struggle as you may be going through it, just obviously differently. Everyone deals with it differently. Yes. Is that where Live from the Crib came from?
Absolutely. It partly that, and the other piece was I love to entertain.
Do you?
I am grateful. I am grateful that God has chosen to bestow this gift, to me, loan it to me to share. So to be at home and, with no shows in sight, not being able to do that, thankfully, my husband said, look, we can do it from the house. This is what we're going to do. Me, you, and Evan, we're going to sit down. We're going to play this music. Let's see what happens. We're just going to give it back to everybody. Let's try it.
Who's Evan?
That's our baby boy.
Wait.
Our baby boy.
He sings? He's a performer too?
Yes, he played an instrument called the cajon because we didn't want the full drum set.
Okay.
And he's majoring in drum performance. Am I right? And music business at Berklee College of Music.
Wow.
I've got to say all that. He'd be mad if I didn't. At any rate, I sat down at the keyboard. Dana had the guitar and Evan was on the cajon, and we did our first Live from the Crib. And
really?
I don't even know how many people tuned in, but we felt like, why not give back? We're at home. All I'm doing is eating pie and finding new stuff to cook and sleeping till 3:00 in the afternoon. Life is not over. This is a way to create. This is a time to, one of our good friends, his name is Eric Roberson, an amazing musician and one of our friends. He said, if you come out of quarantine, if you come out of this pandemic and you are not better, you have wasted a gift. Because this time has been a gift. So we said, let's do something with it. Again, I mean, and again, I had slept as much as I could sleep. I said, I can't do it no more.
So do you still do live from the crib?
We do, but we do it now on the Hey Sunshine Show. So people can sign up to the Hey Sunshine Show. It's our platform.
Okay.
And you can watch it. What we'll do is every fourth Thursday of the month, I think I got it right, we do a live show.
At what time?
8 p.m.
8 p.m.
We have the band, the trustees, and we set it up and we do a show. And during the week, the other Tuesdays and Thursdays, I'm trying to get all this right, we do a tiny keyboard talk. Well, I'll invite some of my great friends to come in and talk about life or just anything under the sun. And on Tuesday nights, folks can watch me record my next album.
Wait a minute. Oh, on Tuesday night? Are you serious?
Every Tuesday night, we're in the studio recording and people get to watch it. So you can go to the HeySunshineShow.com and sign up.
I like that. Hey Sunshine
Show.
Hey Show.
I really was mad that somebody else had Hey Sunshine, but I said, Lord, I released it. We'll add show. Hey Sunshine.
We know there's only one Avery Sunshine. We know that for sure. We know that. So was that, obviously it's not the same as performing live and getting the reaction from people, but I'm sure people responded to the fact that you reached out to them because many of them are literally captive at home. If it's by choice or if it's by they have no other option.
Yes, Taylor, there were a lot of people who were there alone.
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean? Okay. At home alone. So that was really, really important for us to reach, to everybody, whoever wanted to listen, whoever needed a little healing. And what is clear to Dana, to me, to our children, our band, is that we are healers, and we intend to move through this life doing our best to heal each other, heal ourselves through music. So if that means we need to turn on IG or whatever it is and do something live for 5 to 10 minutes or however long, we're going to do that.
So do you just straight sing or you do a little bit of talking or a mixture? Because I know normally when you perform on the stage, you're really jovial and you really connect a lot with the audience.
Yeah, I'll probably talk more than I need to, but that's just what that's just what I do. Yeah, I do a lot of talking.
I like that because I think that makes me feel like you really want us to get to know you. Because we already think we know you, but when we hear you laugh or joke or smile at something, it's like, oh, I'm like that, or oh, I didn't know she was like that.
But there's a conversation that there is a figurative conversation that is happening when I'm on stage, when I'm performing with the audience. It just is. So I like to, like you said, I like to remind everybody we're here together, and I feed off of your energy. I actually, depending on how I'm feeling, I change the set list depending on the energy I'm getting from the people. Absolutely. If they feel like they're ready, to go with, oh, we're going to do something. They feel like they're ready to cool out, then we'll do something a little softer, a little, it really is a conversation. And it is just as much for me as as it is for the people I'm performing for. Absolutely.
Now, I just got a text from somebody. And so since this is broadcast all over the world, obviously it's streamed. Is it 8 p.m. Eastern, Central, Pacific time? What time?
Thank you, because that's something that my husband always says. Why don't you tell people where in the world we are? 8 p.m. Eastern.
Oh, okay. This side of town.
Around so that we can make sure that we get everybody on in there. That quarantine time had me getting up late.
Yes. And it was so interesting hearing you sit there laying around at 3 o'clock. Because I think the first 2 or 3 months somewhat, it was like, wow, it was a long vacation. And then it was like, okay, this is not funny anymore.
Yes.
I need to get out. I need my space.
Yes.
I need to do my things.
Yes. And then you stop wearing, wait a minute, I stopped wearing jeans. So then everything started to swell up.
Listen to
It,
you.
it
You didn't get the 20-pound pandemic 20-pound, did you?
did 25.
Dane, is
Lost
Dana part of
15.
this?
20 Dana's wait a minute. So let me just tell y'all really quickly. So I did gain about 25 pounds, right?
Okay.
So I started a program about a month and a half ago. I've lost 15, right? So,
yes.
but it's just fantastic, right? Dana's not on the program. Dana, how much did you lose, honey?
I lost 7 pounds.
He lost 7 pounds doing nothing. Just being
Men can breathe 10 pounds off of them. It is crazy. What is it?
Lost it being in the vicinity of his wife that was working extra hard. He just in my vicinity. He just dropped down.
Oh my goodness. I think everyone's starting to feel possibly that, things are getting better, obviously, with the vaccines that the president has assured that all adult Americans by the end of May who want to get a vaccine will get it. Of course, I have to urge, this is a news network. I have to urge, even with the vaccine, the CDC is recommending that you still wear your mask, double mask, social distance. We'll get through this. We will get through this, but the sooner we get through it, the better. So if we all take part in it, I can see a happy ending for us. But so you adjusted, you are doing these, live from the crib.
Yes.
You're now back in studio, right?
Back in the studio. But we were, what's really interesting when it started, part of Dana's respite, part of his sanity, it has to do, a lot of it has to do with him making music. So Dana never really stopped. It was hard for me to get in the studio. It was really, really hard. Because our studio's here in the house, and it just, for the very reason you're talking about, it just fatigue of being in the same place and feeling the same things and doing this. After a while, it's like, I don't want to be in this space. I clean this space. I live in this space. I don't feel like it. And, then you move beyond that when you realize, okay, this is what it is, ma'am. Go downstairs. You're blessed that your work, you can work from home. Go downstairs, turn on the mic and sing. So it took a little bit, but it has been, I think we have both written some of our best music in this time.
I was going to ask you, I'm wondering what, culminated from this isolation, even though you're with your best friend and producer, everything, and family.
Yeah. It took some counseling too. We couldn't just be here without counseling. Wow, you got.
They said this is the true test for couples, right? They're like, oh my God, because just think about it. You can always say, I'm going to run to the store. I'm going to go with the girls. You can't even use that.
Yeah, I'm gonna run 10 feet away.
Right.
It really, I do believe, I do believe in counseling and having people, also having a tribe of people, who are like-minded and whose goals are clearly the same as yours, wanting to stay together. So when, if there was a bump or something, we had a team of people that we could call and say, listen, I don't want to do this. He wore me out. And they say, well, listen, check this out. How about this? That was really, really, really important. And again, everything is, you're hypersensitive to everything because you're home, but I'm so glad that that's something we worked on. And we've gotten some amazing tools to take with us when the world opens all the way back up again. Prayerfully, we won't forget all that we've worked on while we were, I don't want to say stuck in the house, but confined.
So Avery, what are 2 things that you can tell us that you learned about yourself during this period, even though we're still in the pandemic? What have you learned about yourself?
I learned that I'm stronger than I thought I was.
Okay.
I've learned that I am, that I can do anything that I want to do. It's amazing that I'm almost 46, and I actually believe that. Right? It took the pandemic to take it from just something that I said to something that I actually believed, something that was proven. And I say that because in the pandemic is when I created a cosmetic line. Like, why? Like, Why would you do? Had the idea to do it.
And I can't wait for us to talk about that because I'm saving that because I cannot wait to be able to talk about that. But our phone, my text, the screens are popping off with questions. So Avery, excuse me for jumping in. Do you mind if I ask you some of these questions that are coming in? All right. So the first question is from Jay Burdine. What is the story behind the song "Call My Name"? Which, by the way, I love.
I mean, so Dana and I, this is so funny. Dana, do you remember? So this is before we were married and before we were even really, really dating. Dana, did you send me you sent me the chords. Dana sent these chords to me. He texted them to me. And that's when we had those little funky Nokia phones. Well, he just texted a voice memo of that. And all I heard was, when was the last time you heard me call you sweet darling? And when was the last time I heard you say, hey, baby? I was clearly in that space. It's about losing the shine in your relationship. And you still love each other, right? But we were just talking about this the other day. There was someone we've just recently become acquainted with, and they said, let's not just say, I love you. Let's say, I love you because, and then you say whatever that thing is, because you can get used to saying, I love you so much that it loses its meaning. Oh, I love you. I love you. I love you. Do you know how you keep it alive? Say, I love you because you woke up this morning. I love you because of the way you love me. I love you because I love you because you took out the trash and I didn't have to ask you. I love you because of the way you love me back. I love you because of the way you love my children who are not biologically yours, but you love them like they're yours. And that song, while it's saying call my name, it's really it's saying acknowledge, tell me why you love me. And I'm making it more, it probably wasn't that deep, but when it makes me think of that now. And because that's where I am with our relationship now, we say it all the time. But sometimes it feels like I'm saying it because that's what we say to each other, right? Because we do love each other.
Yeah.
Why? And it's the idea of saying I love you because is also a reminder that we keep choosing each other. This is why I choose you again, because that's what marriage is. You can't say, we have a song that I think at some point we're going to put out, don't promise me that you won't ever leave. I just want you here with me today. Don't, because you can't promise me that. Yeah. But right now, today, that's all I really need from you. And I didn't mean to get much, Dana.
No. You listen, Avery. Seriously, I love the fact. And when you played that, I literally had the hairs on the back of my neck stand up. And I think I was telling you because we were talking about it before. But music has a way of, just changing things. And you can either smell things, you can remember things. And you just said something to me real quick before we jump in and take a few more questions from the audience. You said that the music made you sing those words. So you heard those words from hearing the notes?
Oh, sometimes. Absolutely. Sometimes it just flows that way. When was the last time you heard me call you sweet darling? Space. And when was the last time I heard you say, hey, baby? It's been sometimes it speaks that way. Sometimes you got to listen to the music and let the song write itself. Get out of the way.
No systems. That's straight her voice right on the mic. I'm telling you, sound just like the record. Okay. We talk about talent. We talk about talent.
I love it.
Okay. So I'm going to jump to the questions. Like come do nothing is my jam. It just means we don't have to do nothing, but just be.
That's it. That's all we got to do. What's the song? I can't sleep at night for wishing you were. I wish you were here with me. doing nothing here, and I wanna hold you tight. Yeah, come on. That's exactly what that song's about. Wait, look, that's some of the best love. Do y'all? And I talk about this in the shows. Y'all know that kind of love where you just sit together and you don't say nothing. It's good. You just good. You ain't even got to talk. You just
yes. Yes, you have people shaking their heads. I know. There's people.
I prayed for a love unlike any other, right? But I didn't always know what that meant until I met. There are a couple of times that you clearly the love with your parents, and that unconditional love that your children have for you. But when you meet a companion who loves you in that way, where you feel comfortable with or without a bra, you feel comfortable without your makeup, you feel comfortable with your toes done or with them not done. You follow me? That is something that it's almost indescribable. And I'm so grateful for that. So clearly, a lot of our songs are love songs, and I can't help but write.
Uplifting. You have the name Sunshine is so appropriate. I mean, it's uplifting, it's positive. It makes you think about yourself and others as well. I see more questions coming in. So here we go. Why did you remake Safe in Your Arms? You definitely made it your own. Love that song. That's from Kindred Enoch's Bird.
Yeah, Kindred. That was one of the songs that's one of the songs that was always comfortable for me to sing, that got me to my wow. If I was able to give words to that sigh right there and that release, that was one of the songs that allowed me to do that before I was even an artist. And something that I heard all the time when we first started this Avery Sunshine thing was, are you going to do gospel music? Or are you going to do, R&B? And what bothered me was that I had to choose. And I'm like, I don't want to choose, and I shouldn't have to. So I didn't. And one of the things that I knew I needed to do was to make sure that folks know that I am a believer. And that is what keeps me. So that's why I put it on the album. And that is as much a part of me as anything. Oh, we already know God is the center.
So that was your beginning. You were brought up in the church, the singing, the music, religion. You were a church baby, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, you're going to get up. You're going to go to church on Sunday morning, and you're going to get choir rehearsal. Wait a minute. Before we get to choir rehearsal, you're going to go to church after church, and then you're going to have to go home and get something to eat. Or no. You're going to stay at the church and eat, and then y'all going to go to the next church service after that. Now, And so then by the time I was, 13, I wasn't just, hanging along with mom. I was a part of the service. I was playing for the services, directing choirs at 13.
At 13.
At 13. So that's what it shifted, where, mom was telling me to come on, we got to go, to me telling mom, come on, you got to drive me to my next service.
Wow.
So, yeah.
At 13.
That's funny. Yeah. At 13.
Did you have anything in your mind that you'd be where you are now today?
Not at all. Not at all. I was going to be, well, I told my mother, I remember saying, who makes a lot of money, Mom? And she was like, corporate lawyers. I was like, that's it. I'm a corporate lawyer. I play the piano on the side, but I'm gonna be a corporate lawyer. And
when did that change for you, Avery? The transition of my calling is music.
Do what I'm doing. Yeah.
Avery, we had a little blip. I think we're having a little, we're getting signal issues. I want to make sure people hear that answer. So we have a little bit of a We can see it's like pausing a little bit. So I'm going to ask you that question again. When did it click for you that music was your calling and you were going to do that? Can you hear me? You're muted. Avery, we have you. You're muted. You're watching Black Press USA, NNPA's Fire program. Our star and our wonderful guest is Avery Sunshine. You're on mute right now. I don't know if can you see? We got to take you off of mute. I don't know if she can see on her side that she's muted, but she is going to perform in a few minutes. We still have you muted. Can you hear us, Avery? You're on mute. I just need you to hit. She's waiting for me to click in. So we're going to wait for her to unmute, but she is performing tonight. We cannot wait to see what she is going to choose to sing. You are tuning in right now to Black Press USA and NNPA's Fire program each and every Thursday. Guess what? We have Donnell Jones. Yeah, he's coming up next week. I cannot wait to talk to him. But right now we have Avery Sunshine. She's going to perform for us. We have just a little bit of a technical issue. Just stick and stay. I know a lot of people have been sending in questions and comments. I'm getting them on my phone, which I'm trying not to look down because I'm telling them to send it here so I can look on the screen. But each and every Thursday at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time to 8 o'clock, we interview interesting people just to get you motivated. We had Kenny on here. Yes, Kenny Lattimore. Many, many more stars are coming through this year. And we just appreciate your support, tuning in each and every Thursday to hear who's on the show, how they're making it through the pandemic. And we even have information. Last week, we had an attorney on that dealt with generational wealth and just getting your will together and getting your estate together and explaining to you don't have to be a millionaire to have your affairs in order for your family. But tonight, yes, tonight we are awaiting a performance from Avery Sunshine. We lost the signal. She'll be back on in just a few minutes. We appreciate everybody sticking and staying with us. Of course, I'm your host, Taylor Thomas, and I'm excited to have you here with us tonight. Avery Sunshine, as you know, most of her know from her song, Call My Name, which she played. She's going to play something tonight. She didn't tell me something she's going to play tonight. And her appearance tonight on our show is thanks to Concert Connect's talent booking agency. So I'm excited to have her on the show. She's going to be back on in just a few minutes. It is her computer. Just received word from her manager. Thank you very much, Stephanie. And we'll have her back on in just a few seconds if you can stick and stay. And you can still post questions to me. I'm here. No problem. I can answer any of your questions. You can also, if there is an artist that you'd like me to invite or see if we can get on the show, simply email me, Taylor Thomas Anchor at Gmail. That's easy to remember, right? Taylor Thomas Anchor at Gmail. We are just minutes away from seeing a performance from Avery Sunshine. She dropped off. You know how it is. It's the internet. Things happen. She dropped off, but she is planning to perform with us. She's there actually with her husband, who goes by BigDane. So he's Dane Johnson. So the two are a dynamic team, and they have been working together for a number of years, producing incredible hits. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that in a few minutes. So let's see. I think they are sending us a message saying she's trying to sign back on. So Avery Sunshine should be tuning in with us in just a few minutes. We thank you so very much. Hey, Cherie, safe is my favorite. Yeah, safe is my favorite. You know what? I've got to remember how that goes. Jay, both as music gospel, music retailer, I had the question all the time too. I love both gospel and R&B and real. Okay. That must be a tough thing to, we'll ask her about that, Jay, by the way, the struggle that people want you to be in one box. So you said you're an artist, so I can imagine people making you want to choose, and why should you? If you love to sing music and you love to sing rock or gospel, being able to sing it is great. Look who we have back. It's Avery Sunshine.
But I need to hear. There we are.
Hi.
Say this.
We were just talking away.
Our internet just.
It's okay. It's
our
okay.
Internet went bonkers. It just said
that's all right. I just talked to them until you came back. I can hear you.
Is it still?
It's kind of going in and out, but I can hear you.
All right, back. I'm not going. What's going to go away, Dan? Ooh, I'll just play until. Can I play?
Yes.
Just.
I can hear you.
Okay.
Dane, she's good. We have lots of people saying they love your song "Safe."
Oh my God. My remake of the Tommy's original, written by a guy by the name of Darius Brooks. I'm grateful and honored that they allowed me to perform that song or to record it. So thank you. Yeah, thank you for the love, y'all. And forgive me for the commercial break.
It's okay. Avery, Oya just put a message in and she said she was in one of your choirs that you directed. Oya, and I don't know how to pronounce her last name, so I don't want to mess it up. Is it Phileo? Phalo.
Zion Hill Baptist Church.
Whoa, you remember the church?
I know who that is. Yes.
Wow.
Oh my gosh, because she was a baby. She was Cassandra. She was a baby. Oh my God. Amazing.
Listen, you know what? These viewers, bless you guys. They're asking me to dance while you were gone. To ask me to dance. Thank goodness they didn't ask me to sing, because Avery, that would not have been a good thing. They were really, really good, and we were patient because I said, "Listen, don't go anywhere because Avery is going to sing something. I don't know what song, what inspires her, but she's going to sing something for us."
That is amazing. I'm so glad y'all stayed. Thank you so much. But y'all know that's a part of getting used to this new way of doing things. Sometimes internet goes down. There's nothing you can do. There was a time I would be freaking out. It's over. Life is. It's like, wait a minute. We can't control the internet. All we do is get back on as soon as we can.
That's right.
Please know that that's something that would, oh man, me and Dana had some knockdown drag outs about. He'd be looking at me like, what do you want me to do? I didn't create the internet. But
there's another person when you were off, his name, I believe, was Jay. And he said that he's an artist too. And he said he struggled with people trying to put him, he asked him, are you going to do gospel? Are you going to do R&B? Why must I choose? So I want to give you an opportunity to reach out to Jay Burdine.
Yeah, Jay, you do not have to choose. And a guy by the name of Rasan Patterson said some years ago, he said, if you allow someone else to tell you what your art should be, it's no longer your art, it's theirs. That's it. That should free you right in that moment. If it did not come from you, now we get confirmation from the outside, but revelation comes from the inside, right? So people can come and tell you, oh, it's like somebody say, God told me to tell you. Ain't no way God told you something about me that God didn't tell me first. So when people give their opinions, just smile. Yeah. And there was something, Dana, what's his name? Who did Michael Jackson Thrill? Who not the Thrill? Who did it? What's his name? Quincy Jones, and take all of that. Not even the compliments and the I don't want to call it. And the criticism. Thank you, darling. The comments, and all of the criticisms, and take it all with a grain of salt. At the end of the day, that thing has to speak to here first, speak to your soul first. Then and only then will it be true. That's it. And a lot of us don't learn that until late. I'm just learning it.
Well, D. Bajan, hopefully I'm saying it right. D. Bajan said, hit the high note for us, please. I don't know what you have to perform, but I'll let you take it away because I know you got the keyboard there. So I know there's something you want to sing. So since they've waited so patiently, I will step back.
I know they've been saying, they act like they want some church. Dana, can I get piano? Just a little bit. there was a time that you can leave, or just give me some more volume and then I'll be fine. But I know people ask for this song, and sometimes I don't want to sing it because it takes so much spiritually. Sometimes it feels like a lot, but when I see, sometimes I need it. So thank you for asking. I'll do just a little bit of it, and for whoever needs to hear it, if you've heard it before and you don't want to hear it again, it's all right. I'm gonna sing it anyway. Because the Lord is my shepherd, I have everything I need. God lets me rest in the meadow's grass, yes. And God leads me to the quiet stream. God restores my failing hands. And God helps me to do what honors Him the most. That's why I'm safe. That's why I'm safe. That's why I'm safe. Safe in God's arms. Oh, somebody. When the storm, when the storms of life are raging, and the billows are they roar, they begin to run, and I'm glad, I'm so glad God shall hide me. I'm so glad God sees me, yes, and God keeps me safe in His arms, and God's loving arms. Safe in His arms.
See, this is why Patti LaBelle, Berry Gordy, the Queen of Soul, Aretha Franklin, spoke so highly of you. Oh my goodness!
Oh no!
Oh my goodness!
I'm grateful, and it's those are the healing. I'm telling you, there are times when it is almost impossible for me to sing some of those songs because immediately you are forced to go to a separate place. You are forced to come out of ego, right? And you're forced immediately into spirit. You can't, I don't know. I've tried to fight it before.
Can't fight it. That's right.
And almost physically gotten sick for trying to fight. So I'm learning to yield. So if I see it, and if I see enough people say safe, I just have to yield to that.
Well, that's what they kept popping up on the screen. So listen, do you have something that's out now that we can support you? Let's talk about that. Come on, because we got to get onto the makeup line too.
Oh! So yeah, we've got a bunch of stuff coming out. We got all these songs that are ready to go. We were waiting to get back on the road to really start pushing everything. But we're going to be releasing some music very, very, very soon. And you can find out when all that's my husband wrote.
I love it.
the number. You can actually text me so that we can keep in contact with you. Absolutely. And it comes right to us. But we can actually be in touch with everybody so you all will know. Here's Dana.
Dana, keep it right there. Keep it right there. 404-737-0358.
404-737-0358. You can reach me at 404-737-0358. Hey, Sunshine Show. Avery Sunshine. Be sure to text us. We'll text you back.
Wow.
I'm not ready for that commercial.
No, we were not. We were not. We were not. You know what? I just love your husband being on it all the way through this interview.
He be worrying me sometimes. I don't want to do that today. I don't want to put on no makeup today.
I love it.
You know, you do need people in your space. I remember my mother would say, and she's something else. I'm surprised she's not on here tonight. She said, you got to do stuff you don't feel like doing all the time to get stuff that you want. I'd be like, I don't want to hear that. You know, when your parents say stuff.
Yes, yes.
And then you get grown and you remember all the stuff they said. And you like, you know what? You were right.
You were right. You were right. You were right. And so I love the fact that we know how to reach out to you. And I just wanted to let you know there was a message came in from a Lynn Miller. She's a healthcare worker, and she said she needed that song that you just sang. So I just wanted you to know. There she is.
Lynn, can I just send all of my love and support to you?
Indeed.
We love you. We lift you up. We thank God for you. And we pray that every bit that you give out, that God just multiplies all of it back into you and restores where you feel weak, where you feel tired, where you feel like you're fed up. God restore and replenish and blow her mind, Lord, because we need you. I know we've been sucking energy from you.
Oh my goodness. Healthcare workers, first responders, police officers, and my goodness, teachers. Absolutely. Teachers. Oh, I want to hug them all.
Don't get me started. So we have 3 little people that we have been blessed with, our great niece and nephews, 8, 6, and 18 months.
Whoa.
And so we co-parent. It's a lot. So we co-parent with my sister. These are her grandchildren.
Okay.
And while, you know, we weren't able to do a lot of the, we get the kids on the weekends mainly, and sometimes during the week. So my mom and my sister were doing, what you call it?
Virtual?
I tried to put it on my mind.
Yeah. It's a lot of work. Teachers are amazing.
Between the parents and the teachers, and that's something that's really interesting that we talked about. It's like, oh, the parents are having such a hard time. It's like, but wait a minute. What about the teachers who are not only doing virtual, but they've got kids in the class too?
Yes. I tell you, teachers, listen, they should be right up there with the NBA and celebrities as far as their salaries. They are incredible and putting their lives on the line, many of them without vaccination, to make sure that they're in there for special needs and students that have to have that interaction. And all children need it. All children need it, at least.
Don't let me be a gazillionaire. I'm going to make sure they're paid properly. Don't make me.
I love it. They need to. We need to make sure they're first on that list. Now, listen, we have about 10 minutes, but I promised you, I want to know more about this line. And then I heard there's another song that you may want to put on us. So is it Lou Mac? That's your makeup line?
Lou Mac Beauty. It is my makeup line. It is named for my great grandmother. Her name was Jemima Lou Bodison Mac.
Okay.
And actually, if you go to Lou Mac Beauty on IG, you can see a photo of her. And I tell a little on the website, lumacbeauty.com. I tell the story about this Pentecostal preacher and pastor and single mother. And she was a property owner, but she was also a nursemaid. And I tell the story about how my great grandmother would care for white people's children while my grandmother would be sitting to the side, unattended, right? Because that's what she had to do to take care of her daughter. And I actually have a photo on my IG page where you can see my grandmother holding this little white baby. And so I named the cosmetic line in her honor because for a long time, I thought my lips were way too big to wear bright colors on them. And then the Lord hit me and something happened and said, wait a minute, you are denying who you are by not honoring the fullness of your lips and the fullness of your hips, and who, you're not acknowledging your lineage and where you come from. How dare you? So, and as a reminder to me of my grandmother's strength, my great grandmother's strength, I named this cosmetic line Lou Mac. And I intend to wear a bright, bold lip every chance, on these full lips every chance I get. And I'm also reminded, I remember, God rest my father's soul, something my dad would always say. My mother said she was teased as a little girl about her full lips. And my father would say, see, that's the thing I loved about her. I loved your mother. My mother didn't know that. I just told her that.
Oh, wow.
I said, my father used to tell me how much he loved your full lips. And Taylor, it's amazing how we adopt these beliefs and these thoughts of all this outside stuff. It's so wrong. It's so wrong. We are so beautiful and so wonderful and so powerful. It's so wrong. And there's a lot of unlearning that is happening right now during, again, some collateral beauty.
So how did that come to be, the makeup line? I mean, in the middle of a pandemic, no doubt.
You will remember I was at home sleeping to 3 o'clock and I needed to do something. I had talked about it. I had been wearing this lipstick because this is something I tried to do. I was just interested in maybe 2 or 3 years ago.
Okay.
And the designer of mine, her name was not of mine, but she designs for me. Her name is Kenya. What's Kenya's last name, Dana? Because I need for people to check her out. She's amazing. She was on Project Runway. As soon as we get her last name, I'm going to tell you. Because
your husband's going to grab it for us, right?
Kenya Freeman.
Okay.
She said to me, she was working on some of my clothes, and I was like, what do you have over there in those boxes? She says, oh, I've got lipstick. Oh, I'm doing a line. You should do one. Here, this is how you do it. I was like, wait a minute, what? And so I ordered samples, wore samples for almost 3 years.
Okay.
And people, every time I'd wear them, somebody would say, what are you wearing? What is that? And we were on the road so much, I couldn't sit down long enough to even focus on it. But guess what? COVID came through.
Well, I love the color on your lips. I'm always looking for something.
Oh, honey, get it. It's pine and pink. And what I've got, we specialize in matte colors. And that's what I needed so that my lipstick wouldn't be on the microphone or smeared down my face by the end of the show or up on my eyebrow. But today, because I was here with you guys, I put a little gloss on it. You see that? Yeah, get it. Get a little gloss.
Claudette said lippies and eyelashes or lashes.
And we just sold out of the lashes, but we have our liners. We have our new lips. We've got, and we also have lipstick protectors. So under your mask,
okay,
we can have Dana, can you find one, honey? Do you feel like it? He's over here like, no, he's like, I'm not doing that.
We need to see that. That is the worst thing to happen.
Can you find one, please? I don't know. You got to get down this somewhere. You got to find one, honey, real quick. But let me tell you real quick. So what you do, you put the little cage on under your mask and it keeps your lipstick from touching the mask. The other thing that it does, it keeps the mask from going up into your nostrils. There was nothing worse than watching the news and watching the people talk outside or inside and it's so we have lipstick protectors on Lou Mac Beauty. So you gotta Dana's, I think he's gonna go find one.
And that's the web address,
LouMacBeauty.com. LouMackBeauty.com.
Well, listen, while he's looking for it, because I really would like to see that, because I'm sure I'm not alone on that. I'm sure there's something that you want to belt out for us.
You said something. Oh, here it is. Look. Oh. Protect your lips.
It sure does.
And your nostrils. Please go buy every one that I have, not just because I'm selling it, but because these are yes, somebody said they mixed the colors. Please.
Yeah, I just saw that.
I mixed mine too. I have a red lip liner on with pine and pink and a gloss on top.
Idris says, I love the little cage. I don't know if we want to call it a cage.
Yeah, we call it a
Idris said, I love the cage.
Lipstick protector.
Lipstick protector. That is perfect. That really is.
The Hannibal Lecter thing. You don't want that either. You said a little bit early, though, about moving And I just want to sing this little song. It sounds like this. I've been waiting for lightning to strike, for my number to fall, and for my horse to come in, and an open door for me to walk in. And I've been waiting for my time to come, for the curtain to rise and someone to call my name. But I can't help feeling like something's gotta change. Hey, so I gotta get moving. 'Cause tomorrow is not guaranteed. Gotta get moving, yeah, moving. I've been waiting on the world, and the world's been waiting on me.
Indeed, we have. Thank you, by the way, Dane, for the 2 shots. I love seeing the piano play. Do you play any other instrument?
No.
That was quick.
I tried to play guitar. I've tried to play bass. My brain doesn't work. I feel like that. I was trying to play guitar fingers. I did write one song on guitar. If y'all come over to the HeySunshineShow.com, I might play the one song on guitar that I know that I wrote for my husband.
This has been such a pleasure. I cannot wait till this is lifted. You seem like you and your husband would be so much fun to hang around with. I love the spirit that I get from you, the energy that I get from you, and clearly so do all of our viewers that are continuing to post comments to you. Before we wrap things up, Avery Sunshine, could you let us know how we can follow and support you? And then let us know again about your show, Hey Sunshine Show.com.
Well, one, I have got to say thank you for inviting me. Thank you to everyone who's watching it.
I love Dane.
Thank you, Dana. And thank you to I've got some Hey Sunshine folks on here. Idris, and I saw Teresa. There's some folks on here who came to hang out with us because we're about to do we're doing live from the Sunroom when we finish with you all. And we have a guest tonight, Leela James. And so please come on over and check us out. The HeySunshineShow.com. Tuesdays and Thursdays, there's something going on, and the days in between, we be adding stuff. So you know, but you get all this content and free shows and stuff, and you know what I mean. And we were saying, when was the last time we'll be doing all that stuff? And Linda McCrary said, "We so lucky, we got a song named Lucky too." You know what I mean? So I know Dana's telling me I got to come on. Thank you for being so.
I know, because it's top of the hour. It's time for you to do your show. Listen, Avery Sunshine and Dana Johnson, thank you both so very much for your time, for your music. That's right. 404-737. I love it. 0358. So I cannot thank you enough for coming on fire today here on NNPA and Black Press USA. Thank you so very much. Next week, everyone, we have Donnell Jones, and all of this thank you is brought to you by Concert Connect Talent Booking Services. We have to thank them. God bless you. And Stephanie, oh my goodness.
Amazing? Isn't she amazing?
She is amazing. Yes. Thank you so much. I know you've got to go to your show. We cannot wait to see what you have in store for us. Thank you so very much. Until next week, everyone, God bless and goodbye.